All right, it is the 8th of August. We've got about 20, just over 20 minutes to the NY Open. Okay, just give me a second. Hmm. All right, let's take a look at the calendar. Nothing today. There's no news. There was no news this week. There was nothing at all this week. Yesterday we had unemployment claims. Really doesn't do anything to price. But I always wait if it's at 8:30 a.m. EST. If there's a red news fold on Forex Factory at 8:30 a.m. EST, it just makes sense to wait 30 minutes before looking for any setups. But today there is nothing. Next week is a busy week. We got CPI, PPI, retail sales all in one week. We should have decent volume next week, right? Now, let's take a look at today. What we're going to do is we're going to try to predict the weekly candle close as all like we do every Friday. Uh, let's go up a time frame, look at the weekly now. At the beginning of the week, on Monday and also on Tuesday, I said that we might not have a lot of volume this week and we might have a smaller weekly candle. And seems like that's exactly what's happening. We've done about 650 pips already. Not really a lot if you compare to weeks like this. You've done 1,700 pips, or even the previous week where we did nearly 1,000 pips, 970 pips, right? And the week before that, I think was that NFP? I think it was. It's 1,130 pips, right? So this week, almost half of the, just over half of the volume of the last 2 weeks, right? And it's very likely that this is how we are going to uh, finish or end the week, right, at around 640, 650, maybe 700 pips, right? I don't see us having a bigger weekly candle than that because there is no news, there's nothing important happening in terms of technical indicators, right? There is no data-driven news that's happening now. Having said that, if there is some announcement with regard to the tariffs, we could see a surge in volume. That's very possible, right? But other than that, there is really nothing happening. There's nothing happening today, and the weekly candle may close a 650 pip candle. Very possible, right? So the question is, how is the weekly candle going to close? Is it going to close a doji, or are we going to close probably like a bullish candle with a larger body, where the next week we push through, right? So are we going to close a candle with a bullish candle with a larger body, or are we going to maybe push down and close a weak bearish candle, right? A weak a weak bearish candle where there is a bigger upper wick but still shows bullish volume for next week for price to push up, right? Now, if you look at where price is at 3,400, exactly where price got here the last time we were there in that same area was here, and look what happened. Price pushed down 850 pips. Could it happen today? Of course it can. There are no guarantees in when it comes to technical analysis, but there is no event. So this was, when was that? This was on the 1st of June. Let's take a look at, was there any news event on the 1st of June? Was it July? 6-1. No. This is probably the second. Yeah. 5th, that was, I think, NFP. 5 and 6 was, yeah, yeah, NFP. Yeah. This was the 700 pip move down, was the NFP move down. So what caused price to push down on this candle, this weekly candle? It's the 700 pips that price pushed down out of the, what's this, out of a 1,000 pip candle. The 700 pip that price pushed down was on NFP, right? That was on the 6th of June. So there was volume. There was a news event and volume for price to push down. Therefore, we did push down. Now, we're back there again around 3,400. We've tapped 3,400, but there is no news event today, right? There is no news event today. So can we push down? I don't think we have the volume to push all the way down like this. Maybe we push down. I think a bearish move is very possible because we've tapped 3,400. A bearish move is very possible, but not as much as this. Maybe down to 3,367, 3,367, or even 3,350, and maybe then later on towards the London close, we go bullish again. Price turns bullish and starts to push up. So maybe the first half of the NY session we push down, and then later on we push bullish, right? Either way, what I'm anticipating is a doji, a candle, a weekly bullish doji to close. That's what I'm anticipating, a weekly bullish doji, right? That's the prediction. Either a weekly bullish doji, or we bullish, or maybe even a bearish doji, or price continues to push down, right? Because something similar happens. We've got to 3,400 and price continues to push down. I don't think it's going to happen, but because we are at a key level, we could continue to push down. Okay, let's look at the daily time frame. We gapped up about 90 pips. That's where the previous day, yesterday's candle closed. Here it opened around 95, almost 100 pips. We opened above 3,400 and we started pushing down. Okay, so we have tapped this level already. We've also come to a daily supply level, right? This is the daily supply level right here. Let me draw a box here. Now, price could come deeper into it for sure, but this is daily supply. That is daily supply, right? That's a rally, a base in candle, and a drop. If you look at the 4-hour time frame, yeah, we've tapped that level. We've closed a strong bearish 4-hour candle. This high has respected the previous candle, the previous high, and we have broken the low. We are creating lower highs and lower lows. We could be pushing down, right? So going back to what I said, on the weekly, we could be pushing down for the first half of the NY session, and then maybe push up again. Okay, so that's the prediction. Let's come back on Monday and see how that turned out. Now, let's go to our trading chart. Okay, yesterday we did take buys. I took buys during the stream. Let's do a quick recap of where we took the buys. Yeah, right here. So if you follow me on my socials, the buys were clearly explained here. Just give me a second. Yeah, I post it. If I do take a trade, I post it here. Everything's explained. I'll quickly explain this again, what I did, but you can have a look at it here, right? On my IG or X, you'll find the links in my bio or below this YouTube video. Now, price came, tapped the liquidity candle. We spoke about this all during the stream. Price tapped the liquidity candle. The next candle broke the high, closed bullish. We broke above these. I drew the fib, right? Because we tapped the liquidity candle and rejected. We tapped it, rejected. This is pre-NY. Price closed bullish, and then pull back, and I got in just here around optimal entry or probably just a little bit higher, and I had my TP levels, I think just there. Yeah, that's the TP level that I had given, was 33.93 or 33.92 and 33.96 and 3,400, right? I had given three TP levels on the three TP levels during the stream. This is exactly a screenshot from the time of the stream. So that was 3392, 3396 TP2, and 3400 TP3, and it did hit all of them, right? Yeah, entry there, stop loss was just under, so we respect to the stop loss. Here was the first entry, then price came deeper. I think we tapped the sniper level as well, and then we went up. Okay, that was about, I think I got out at about a little over 3 RR, and then called it a day. All right, okay, so let's get rid of all of this. All right, let's go to work. Okay, let's start with supply, because we have a rally and we have a drop, we have a gap there. Whenever there is a gap up or gap down, if it's a gap up, obviously it's a bullish move. So if there is a bullish move, a gap up, then there is an invisible bull candle there, right? You can't see it. Your broker, some brokers do print it, and some brokers don't, right? Some brokers will fill that data with a candle there, and some won't. So there is a gap there, there is a bull candle, and then next to that is a bear candle, right? So there we form supply, and we form supply around the 3,400 area. So let's start by marking that. Let's take a look at that on the maybe the 1 hour as well. Yeah, on the 1 hour we have a base there. Let's look, that would be better. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, I would mark it like this. So there is a bull candle here, two basin candles, and a drop. We can't see the bull candle because this is where the previous day candle closed, the daily candle closed. That's the last 1 hour candle of the day, and this is where the new candle opened. So from the close to the open is a 92 pip gap. So there's a 92 pip bull candle there that is invisible. So there's a rally, a base, and a drop. Right? Hope that makes sense. So let's put the numbers there. 948, close 014. Okay. That's supply. Now let's look left. Do we have anything to the left? There is nothing. The next supply is right there. So let's extend that. This is previously drawn supply. Okay. I don't think we're coming there. That's 450 pips away. That's not happening today. All right, so we have supply here. Let's look for demand. It's messy, right? It's messy. We ranged here for about, I think, for a very long time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me just quickly do this. 57, 57, right? So 57, is that 57? No, sorry, 17. What am I saying? 17, 17. So that's 68 hours price ranged, right? And then we broke above. So that's the top of the range right there. That somewhere there is the bottom of the range, maybe even here. That was a 200 pip range. We had spoken about it yesterday and day before. And then finally we broke out of the range, and now we are coming back into range. We will draw support resistance levels later on, but I want to get through the supply demand zones first. So here we have a rally, a base here, a rally, three base in candles and a rally. That's the base that broke out of that zone. So let's start by marking that out. Okay, rally based rally. Just to take a look at that on the 1 hour time frame as well. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. The lower time frames, the lower we go, the messier it gets because there's so price range so long. 4 is better. Okay, we have a rally, three base in candles and a rally, right? So the close of this is 507. This low is 140. Okay, that's 4 hour demand. Okay, and then below that, let's take a look at this area below that. Yeah, we had drawn a zone here. Price did tap it yesterday. I think that's where we're coming to. Um, yeah, that covers it. There's a zone here. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that zone. Yeah, that's the zone. A rally, two base in candles and a rally, right? But I'm going to bring it down so we don't overlap. So this low is 71.40. Okay, and this low here is 539. Yeah, that's okay. That's 4 hour demand as well. It's a high liquidity zone. It's very likely where we're coming to today. I'm going to extend the liquidity candle to the right. We had drawn this yesterday. We did tap it. And then below that is, let's get rid of this for now. So this line that you have, see here, 33.6330 is the previous weekly high. And you can see how when price stayed above it, uh, we closed above, then we stayed above, we closed below, we immediately closed back above, and we tried to close back below again, we immediately closed back above, and we stayed above. We're trying to stay above the previous weekly low. Keep that in mind. I'm going to keep that line there. In fact, I'm not going to delete it because that's a very important line. That's the previous weekly high. Okay, that's done. Okay, I think that is 225 pips. Yeah, maybe this one as well. It seems like we are coming down today. We're going to take a look at the lower time frames, then we'll know with a little bit more certainty where price could head in the first 2 to 3 hours of the NY Open. All right, that covers 300 pips. That should be good enough. That should be enough. Should be. Just in case, we will extend this as well. These are all zones that were drawn this week. If you want to have a look at how these zones were drawn, then I suggest you can take a look, have a listen, just watch the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes of any of this week's streams. You'll see how they were drawn. All right. Okay, so these are zones. We've got demand here, and we got a new supply zone here, and that's an old supply zone. All right. So The new demand zone, we've got a new one here and a new supply zone here. These are the only two new zones. The other ones are previous, other ones are old zones. We're going to take a look at these zones and see if they are high liquidity zones. Let's start with demand because price is currently there. Right, let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And has this demand taken out previous supply? Yes. So you have a drop, a base, and a rally that that formed this 4-hour demand that took out this supply. There's a rally, base, drop, and it's clear on the 30-minute. You can see the basing candle there. Price pushed up, took out that high. So this is a high liquidity zone, right? That's a high liquidity zone. All right. This zone here, is this a high liquidity zone? Let's go back to the 1 hour. Did this rally base drop take out anything? Yes, it did. There is a rally base, rally here, and price came, took out that low there. So that is a high liquidity zone. Okay. Right. Next. Let's see if we have a high liquidity candle in this demand zone right here. Okay. Let's start at the 1 hour time frame. I'm looking for the largest bullish candle in here. Inside the zone or to the left, we have this, which is 161 pip candle. Yeah, that's the largest one so far. Yeah. Let's start there. Okay, let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. This candle is 119 pips, and this is 114. This is still larger, and this one is 102. Yeah, 119. That's the largest. Price has tapped it. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame very quickly. Yeah, 15 seems good. There's nothing bigger there. Trying to push back up. Have we taken out this low? Yes, we have. Should be pushing down. We're creating lower highs and lower lows. That's 155 pip candle, but that's outside the zone. Let's take a look at the 5-minute. No, 15 is good. 15 is good. We're going to keep it here. 237, 280. 237, 280. Okay. Right. Let's take a look at, do we have a liquidity candle in here? Let's go to the 1 hour time frame again. We have a candle here, which is a 140 pip candle. Let's start there. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. This is the NY open. This is large 30-minute candle. Let's go to the 15. This is large 15-minute candle. Let's go to the 5. Let's go to the 1 minute. Yeah, it's this candle right here. Perfect. That's the candle. 948, 648. 948, 648. All right, that's the candle right there. done. Okay. Now, yeah, we're good. We got the rest. Okay, let's go to the 50-minute time frame and quickly take a look at what price has done in the Asian and London sessions. See where the market opened. The market opened right here with the gap. We opened here. So the open price was 34.05 and it opened creating this liquidity candle. Okay, so what is this? Yeah, there's this initial push down and then the swing high. We're definitely pushing down. Just need to see a place to get in. The London range is inside the Asian range. Interesting. We've tapped it already. Okay. So yeah, 803. This high is 421. Eight eight zero. 116. Okay, right. 5 minutes since the NY open. Let's take a just form support. We should be pushing up for now, then push down later. Okay, let's take a look at. There's no rush at all. No rush. Let's take a look at what price has done. A closer look at what price has done. If you guys have any questions with what I've done so far on the analysis, please send a message in the chat, in the YouTube chat, and then I'll answer them. Okay, so price gapped up. We created a liquidity candle, right? We gapped up. That's a liquidity level. 3,400 is a liquidity level. There, if you're here for the first time and you don't know what that is, then there are 5 key liquidity levels on a price chart. What I identify as 5 key levels. There may be more, but these are the 5 that I look at. And psychological round numbers, or BRNs, big round numbers, are one of them, right? So that's a round number is 3,400, 3,500, 3,500, 3,000. Those are all psychological round numbers. So price got to that. We created a liquidity candle right at 3,400. Pushed down. Price pushed back up, created the Asian high, created 30-minute resistance right there, and then pushed all the way down to the liquidity candle, right? Past 3,400 to the liquidity candle, created the Asian low, 30-minute support. That's 30-minute support, and pushed back up to the liquidity candle, right? We pushed back up to the liquidity candle, and then we ranged for a bit. We went up 3,400, went deeper. We came down first. We created the London low. Then we went, tapped the liquidity candle, 3,400, went deeper into the liquidity candle, created the London high and 30-minute resistance, right? Like there. And then closed below 3,400 and pushed down, came once more to the liquidity candle and 3,400 and pushed straight down to the liquidity candle. We've closed below the London low, right? This is a sign that we are heading down. We are heading down. We closed below 30-minute candle has closed below the London low. If you reject the London low and form 30-minute resistance here around this area, maybe just higher. If you form 30-minute resistance, that's a sign that we're going to be pushing down, further down, okay? And that is what I'm waiting for. Okay. Let's see. 1 second. Okay. So, let's take a look at this zone again. I can bring this zone lower. Now that I've seen where we've tapped it, tap the liquidity candle. We've broken below the liquidity candle. We are coming down. We are coming down. So I want to bring this zone down. Yeah, here. Here. We'll bring it down to this level. There's a drop, 5 basin candles and a rally. And we've dipped into it and pushed up, right? So this open is 78.30. 78.30. As I said, it's a very ugly area because we've been ranging there for so long, right? I haven't forgotten about support resistance. We are going to mark that now in a bit. Okay. Yeah. So we've tapped the liquidity candle, but we should be pushing down. Now, 1 second. Let's just quickly do this. This one tapped, this one closed below. Yeah, we should push up, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm not going to place any pending orders. I'm going to wait for confirmation for price to come down, right? I believe it's coming down. We're creating lower highs and lower lows. I'm going to wait for confirmation. 15-minute back handle, 30-minute back handle, then to take the cells down, right? The reason I draw the fib like this on the 30-minute time frame, this candle tapped 3,400, we pushed up, tapped 3,400, and this candle broke the low, came down, broke these previous lows. We continued down. 1 second. 97, 77. 97, 77. Oh. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait at these areas. I'm going to see the reaction. What is this? I'm not going to place any pending orders. High is 154 and this low is 948. 154. 4948. Yeah, gonna watch this area. I want to see confirmation. 15-minute confirmation or 30-minute confirmation, either one of the two, for price to head down. Yeah, we tap this. Yeah, we are coming down to, should be coming down to, this wick has gone. We're coming past this. Where is the next 30-minute? Here. Here. Yeah, we got a 200 pip drop coming up, I think. Very likely. At least 200. At least 180 to 200 pip, depending on where you enter. Okay, let's take a look at the support and resistance levels that I was talking about earlier. I'm doing this only as I don't use it much in the analysis. I use support resistance to manage risk on the 15-minute and 30-minute time frame, but I don't draw support resistance on the high time frame. But I just want to show you guys what I meant. What I meant by this range here, right? So here, okay, and then 'yeah, okay, that's it. That's on the 4 hours. That's what happened. 220 pip, and then this one for the 58. Sorry, 58, 60. Okay, that is support, and then here is another level. Yeah, 70. That's the other one. Okay, so that is how the 4-hour played out. Support here, in total about 200 pips, 200, yeah, 210 pips, and then that zone is further divided into two. Price stayed where it stayed below. If you look at the lower time frame, let's go to the 30-minute time frame, and it'll be even more clearer, right? Where price stayed, we created resistance there, pushed down, created support and pushed up. We can fine tune it now. Yeah, 59. And 82. And then this one, 70. Yeah, '71. That's it. So those are the zones we're pushing up. 30-minute support has formed. Price is pushing up here. Let's see what happens when price gets here. I'm not doing anything. I'm not opening any trades. Yeah, I'm not opening any trades. So far, we're creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Higher high, lower high, create a lower low, lower high, even lower low. Two lower lows, one low high, and a higher high. So we are pushing down. We need confirmation to take the sell for price to come down. Now let's talk about the support and resistance again. Okay, so price ranged. You can see how price ranged. We are staying above this level, right? For those who want to trade off support resistance confirmation, who want to scalp on the 5-minute, these are levels that you can use. So if price now has come here, it's bouncing. For example, if you go to the 5-minute time frame, you can see this big rejection, right? On the 5-minute, we rejected these wicks. We tapped this, what is this? The Asian low. Yeah, Asian low. 5-minute bull candle close. You can take the breakout or the pullback. If you're a scalper, you're running in profit. If you take the breakout or you wait for the pullback and take the trade, right? Because that support level aligns perfectly with the Asian low. We've rejected that. We've also formed 30-minute support and we're pushing up. Okay, so you can do the same thing when price is heading down. If it pushes down, closes, for example, we've already closed here. If price comes and closes again, then if you go to the 5-minute time frame, and once price breaks through, you can look for the retest for price to come down here. If you're a scalper, right, you can trade these ranges. These are 100 over 100 pip range here, right? And then the next one, again 100 pip range, 110 pip range, right? So that's how you trade. If you're a scalper, that's how you can make use of these support resistance levels, but you have to draw them correctly. So these are originally, I drew them on I started by with the 4-hour time frame, and then I refined them. You can refine them on the 1 hour, the 30 minutes, or even the 15-minute time frame. I prefer the 30-minute time frame because it's very messy otherwise. If you go to the 15-minute time frame, there's a lot more candles, a lot more noise, and it's more messy, right? 30-minute is good enough, a lower time frame, to draw these 4-hour zones, to refine these 4-hour zones. Okay, so we are pushing up. Not, I'm looking for sells. I'm looking for sells. I'm not looking to take any buys. We've rejected this area. The reason I'm not looking for buys right now, maybe let's see, is because we have come this red rectangle here, this dark maroon one that I've drawn in the analysis. When I did the analysis, said that that is a decision level. We've tapped it already. 3,400 is the bottom end of that decision level. Why is it a decision level? Because if you go to the daily time frame, you can see that there is daily supply there. There's a rally base drop, and this drop took out this demand. There's a rally, 5 basin candles, and a rally. It took out that, and it came down and took out even this. So this move down took out these two daily demand levels. Okay, that is why that's a decision level. And the fact that we've reacted to 3,400 in the past, you can see we spoke about this right at the beginning. This was the 5th of June. Yes, 5th of June. That was the day before NFP. That was a Thursday. We did reject, and then NFP pushed about 700 pips down, right? So we've got there in the past, and that's exactly what happened. Whenever it came there, we did push. It's a Friday today. So here are the reasons why I'm looking for a sell again. The weekly has reached a decision level on a daily supply zone. 3,400 off that decision level, 3,400 is a key level where price has reacted in the past to, and that's the bottom end of the key level. Number 3, there is no news today, so there is no reason, there is no volume for price to maybe push 400, 500 pips. Could happen, but there is no data-driven event for that to happen, right? So we could get a reaction and push down. So therefore, for those reasons, I'm looking for, and also because to confirm the weekly candle prediction, so that happens, is I'm looking for the candle to close a doji. I'm looking for price to push down, right? So for all those 4 reasons, I'm looking for price to come down. On the daily, we're bullish, but we've arrived at a decision level. On the 4-hour, we are sideways, I would say, right? We're sideways, but on the 4-hour, we're creating lower highs and lower lows, as I said, right? So even though we're sideways, we're, instead of creating higher highs and high lows on the 4-hour, we're creating lower highs and lower lows, right? Even though price is going sideways. On the 1-hour, again, sideways, and we're creating lower highs and lower lows, right? So the market is ranging, right? We saw that clearly here on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that the market has been ranging around support and resistance levels. We've broken above this resistance, and we're trading at a high resistance level, just under 3,400. But we are creating lower highs and lower lows on the 1-hour and the 4-hour. And for the other 4 reasons that I mentioned, I'm looking to take sells. For buys, I'd be looking to take buys further down, right? Price needs to come down, maybe further down, look to take buys. Right now, obviously no buys, price is very close to a liquidity candle. I'm not looking to take buys at any moment, at any time right now. And I'm not looking to place a pending order here. I'm not going to do that because I've had a decent week. I don't want to spoil the week by just taking pending orders while price is pushing up. So I'm going to wait for candle confirmation, right? I'm looking for that reversal. I'm going to wait for candle confirmation to take the trade to come down. I'll be back in a couple of minutes to 3 minutes. Waiting for the candle to close. 30-minute candle is still pushing up. Yeah, we're still going up. We're still pushing up. This candle has no top wick. We should be heading past that. I'm not doing anything. I'm just waiting for the candles to close. Yeah, 30-minute candle just closed. We're still pushing up, bullish. I'm waiting. I'm not doing anything. It could be coming up here again. Tap 3,400 again. See, this is why no pending orders. Look at that. Look at that move up. Just got to be patient. Just got to be patient. Yeah, got to be patient and wait. Got to have candle confirmation to take the trade. Right now, 30-minute candles are closing bullish. 15-minute candles are closing bullish. Right? Just got to wait. Like to see price come up here, reject the London high, and then push down. First to the London low, and then below that to the Asian low, and then further down to fill this wick. 250 pips. Be amazing if that happens. Be an amazing end of the week. I'm just waiting, just waiting for to see a bearish confirmation candle to know the price is pushing down. If I do take sell stop, it'll be above the London high because that's a swing high, 30-minute swing high there. Needs to stay below that. Needs to reject the London high, stay below. Bearish candles needs to close to come down. If it doesn't, and if we break the high and we break this, then we're heading higher. And then there are no sells. That's that's clear. If we close above the London, we don't even have to break. If we close above the London high, then we're bullish. Then there are no sells. If we close above the London high, we are creating now a higher high, a pullback, and we're going to go higher. If we close above the London high, if a 30-minute candle closes above, yeah, if it needs to close above. This candle has no bottom wick, no bottom wick. It's a lot of bullish volume. Look at that 1 hour candle. Whew. It's a lot of volume for Friday. Lots of volume. NY open, lots and lots of volume. 162 pips in the 1 hour candle. Let's see the 15-minute time frame. Yep. Whew, lots of volume. That's the NY open. This is the NY open. That's the next candle after NY open. Very, very bullish. The reason I moved the fib is because this 30-minute candle closed below 3,400. The next candle broke the low. This happened in the London session. Yeah, that's what created the London high. Yeah, this is important. 272,416. What's happening? 1 minute time frame. What it was? No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. It's a doji. Okay, I'm waiting for the candles to close. I'm waiting at least for the 50-minute candle to close. Got another 5 minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes. Yeah, still waiting. Let's look at the 1 minute. Yeah, we are struggling there, but I want hmm, broken above these highs. Yeah, I'm not taking any sells right now. We've broken above these highs. That doesn't look like it have much of volume there. You could easily push through. Yeah, I'm waiting. There's absolutely no reason to take sells here right now. Nothing. There's no confirmation at all to take sells. Gotta wait. It's gotta wait. Still pushing up. There's a lot of bullish volume NY open. A lot of bullish volume. That's the NY open. Yeah, we could easily put pushing 200 pips. We could come up there. Very easy. You don't want to take a sell here without confirmation and then get in drawdown while price continues to push up. And you don't want to take a buy here because you're inside supply. You take a buy, if you reject the London high, then you're in drawdown again. So you just have to wait. Be patient, wait. There will be a trade today. There will be a trade today. Maybe not during the streams. Yeah, I'll very possibly end the stream in about 15 minutes. It's a Friday, but there will be a move today. That is for sure. We're ranging about 350 pips a day. We moved about 280, 290. Let's take a look at the daily time frame again. Yeah, there is a move today. There is a move. There's very likely a bearish move today. I'm going to be watching for that. I'm going to be looking to take that. As per the analysis, as per everything that I've said so far, I'm going to be looking to take that trade, but may not happen now. May not happen in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe later on. Just have to be patient. Yeah, we're pushing now. Interesting. Interesting 1 minute candle. Just wait. 15-minute candle just closed. See how the 1 hour candle closes. If you reject this, if the there's 14 and a half minutes for the 1 hour candle to close. If we reject, leave a big wick, right? If we reject, I'm waiting for the 15-minute candle close. I'm not doing anything, right? Because if I do take a sell, the sells are coming down here, right? I already said where price is coming down to. We're coming down to this wick here. So there is no reason to try to struggle, to try to fight the market to take a trade up here, right? We know where it's heading. If you reject the London high, if you reject 3,400, we're coming down first to the London low, then to the Asian low, and then to this wick, right? So there's no need to fight the market here on taking a trade. Just be patient. Get your candle confirmations, then take a trade. Now, I'm going to wait for the 50-minute candle close. Here's what could happen. I don't know, but here's what could happen, right? It's only a prediction. 13, a little over 13 and a half minutes for the candle to close. The 1 hour candle could reject and create a big wick here, a rejection wick from 3,400, right? Then the next candle could push up to fill that wick, respect the high, push up to fill the wick, respect the high, and then begin to close bearish. That's when I want to take the trade, right? Let me explain that again. If there's 13 minutes for the 1 hour candle to close, if the 1 hour candle closes with a big rejection wick, rejecting the liquidity candle and 3,400, the next candle, right, the next 1 hour candle is going to push up to fill that wick, but it should respect the wick. It should respect the high, and then a 15-minute bear candle needs to close, right? The candle should push up, respect the high, 15-minute bear candle closes, I'll take the sells to come down, right? That's the prediction. Let's see if it happens. I'll wait for the 1 hour candle to close. There is time. There's another 12 minutes. I'll wait. But we are beginning to push down now, but I'm not doing anything until the 1 hour candle closes. Just going to wait for that to close. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. We've got about 12 minutes for the 1 hour candle to close. That's what I'm waiting for. The close of the 1 hour candle, then we'll also see the 30-minute candle close. We'll see the 15-minute candle close. We'll have a lot more information on the chart, 15, 30, and 1 hour, to see what we can do, right? Just wait for that. I'll keep it on the 15-minute chart, but I'm waiting for the 1 hour. The close of this 15-minute candle will be the close of the 1 hour candle as well, the 1 hour and 30 minutes. Yeah, pushing up. Oh, there we go. We're coming down. Coming down. Just wait. Just wait. Nice. Ooh, we're pushing down. Oh, whew. Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Right? Remember this wick I said? Wait for the wick to form. Wait for the candle to close to see if it is a rejection candle or not. The candle can close back up here, right? And if you try to take a sell now, the candle can close back up here and you could be holding a lot of drawdown, 80, 90 pip drawdown. Just wait. Just wait for the candle to close. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame again here. Yeah. Yeah. Just best to wait. See how the 1 hour candle closes. 7 minutes more, 7.5 minutes more. We're still pushing up. There is no rejection so far. We're still pushing up. We could break the 15-minute high. Yeah. Next candle could break the 15-minute high. We're still pushing up. Very much pushing up. Could break the high and head higher. There are absolutely no sells so far. Absolutely nothing. No sells at all. Got to wait. Wait for the candles to close. 2 minutes more. Got to wait for the candle to close. See how the 1 hour candle is going to close, right? I've already said what I'm expecting to see. If it closes like that, then I've said what I'm going to do as well. Is the candle going to close with a big wick? And then that would be a rejection wick of 3,300 and the liquidity candle. Or are we going to close higher up here with a very small wick so that we continue even higher? Right? All depends on how the 15-minute candle closes. The 15-minute candle closes a big, a bearish candle, then we're pushing down. Then we're pushing down. We just have to, uh, we have to look for the pullback to take the trade to continue down. What is this? Hmm. A minute more. Let's take a look at the wick. Yeah. So far it is a rejection wick. See how it closes. Still a minute more. Still a minute more. Still time for the candle to close. Yeah, coming down. If we close bearish like this, definitely a rejection wick. 15-minute candle is closing strong bearish. Then what I would do is look for a pullback to take the trade. Yes. Then what I would do is 133 somewhere here. Look to take the trade to come down. Respect the high. We should respect the high somewhere here. Let's see, 20 seconds more. What's this high? 180, low 841. 180. Yeah, just about to close. Yeah, that's a rejection wick. See, 5 seconds more. There we go. Yes, we did close. We'll look to take sells now. Stop loss. Let's see if we can push up here. Let's get the 5-minute time frame. Yeah, taking a sell here. Taking sells here. Took sells there. Fib was drawn before the candle, just before the candle closed. If you come high, I'll take more sells, maybe here. Anticipating price to push down. All right, explained everything very clearly. Stop loss is above, yeah, I would have it above this candle high, this wick high. At 70 pips for now, but then we'll manage risk. I'm anticipating price to come back up. I'm anticipating price to come back up. Okay, let's see where we're going to manage risk. Okay, now that we are in the trade, 96.25. Oh, that's a good level to have an entry. Let's change this color. Okay. It's about 90 pips there. Should be coming to the bottom here. Just open. $33.86. $33.82. What is this wick? 74. There you go. Running about 55 pips right now. 86, 82. And then what's this candle wick? Low 74. Let's look at the 15-minute. 5-minute. Yeah, 74, 75, 76. 76. 76. So 182 pips if you get there. In fact, 75 is better. Yeah, 75. No, 77. So sorry. So it should push up again. Hmm. 452. Yeah, we should push up first. I've got to wait for this candle to close. Three 74. Okay, let's look at areas where we're going to manage risk, and then I'm going to end the stream. Let me just change this color here so it's more visible. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute time frame. 33.98. -6. Yeah. 96. 98. 3401. Those are levels to manage risk. 98, not 99. $98. Okay. Still trying to push up, trying to still grab liquidity. That's fine. 96, 98, 401. Those are your levels to manage risk. Okay. See where the 15-minute candle is closing. 2 minutes more for the candle to close. We're closing bullish. Let's see if the next one pushes up and breaks the high. I might manage risk. Looking for price to come to 33.86, 82, 77, 74. Right? That's the anticipated move. Okay. These are levels to manage risk. Hard stop loss above. Hard stop loss 34.02. Hard stop loss 34.02. 34.02 is hard stop loss, because we've rejected the London high and a 30-minute resistance form. Candle has closed below a 30-minute resistance form. Candle has closed below the liquidity candle and 3,400. We should be pushing back. That's expected. We should pull back, but we shouldn't go above 3402. We've broken the low. There is no reason for price to go back and break the high, right? We have to respect this high for price to continue down, but we will have a pullback. I said that when the 1-hour candle closes. I said when the 1-hour candle closes, we're going to have a retracement back, but we have to respect the high. If we don't respect the high, the trade is invalid, the sells are invalid. We have to respect the high and continue to push down. But I said that once the wick forms, the rejection wick forms, price is going to pull back up, and that's exactly what is happening right now. Okay, so you can always wait for price. If you haven't entered the trade yet, wait for another 15-minute back candle to close and then take the trade down, right? That'll always be better. Okay, so these are the levels to manage risk: 33.96, 33.98, 3401, and hard stop loss at 3402. Entry was explained why we're taking these sell entries. We're creating lower highs and lower lows, and prices come to the liquidity candle and rejected 3,400. TP levels are marked below: 3386, 382, 377, and 374 if we get there, right? That's the only trade idea for today, the one I've taken. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'll manage risk at these levels. At 93, 33.98 is possibly where I'm going to close majority of my positions. All right. Okay. That's a bull candle. We should push up, and let's see what happens after that. Okay. All right. Uh, if the I will post this, uh, I will post this on my socials, or when we come on Monday, we'll do a recap and see if the trade hit stop loss or if the trade went and hit take the TP levels that was mentioned. Right? We'll come back on Monday, do the recap. If you find these streams helpful, educational, any value in them, then please share, like, and subscribe to the channel. It helps to get the word out. I'll be back here 7:30 a.m. EST on Monday, right? Next week is going to be, I should have decent volume next week. We've got CPI, PPI, and retail sales all next week, all right? See you guys, don't overtrade, don't over risk. This is the only idea, it's a sell idea. Everything was clearly explained. You can go back. If you want here at the beginning of the stream, you can go back, watch the first 10 minutes of how I predict the weekly candle to close. The trade is based off that prediction. Okay, the trade is based off that prediction plus um, lower time frame confirmations like the 4-hour zones, lower highs, lower lows, all of that. Everything was explained in the first 20 minutes, right? All right, see you guys on Monday, 7:30 a.m. EST. Take care. Have a great weekend.